Hey survivors, how's it going? I'm Virtual Paradise, or VP, and today I'm going to share 9 hidden base locations I found on Asgard, which is one of the Fjordur realms. I have separate videos for each of the Fjordur maps on my channel, and as usual, all of these work on official. So with all that out of the way, let's get into the video. Alright, the first location is around 30.4 by 44.5, and that's around here on the map. And as you can see, it's in a crevice towards the top of this mountain here. So you're right next to this purple area. And you can't really miss it when you know where it is. But because flyers are limited at the moment on Asgard and a few of the other maps on Fjordur, then not many people are going to be flying over this sort of region. So if you can, get a base built up here and then get some good defences, you might be able to survive quite a while here. And so here you can either use triangle foundations to build on the walls and then pillar down if you want to extend the ceilings out more, for example, or you can just use a cliff platform. And that does almost fill up the gap. So that's the first location. Let's move over to the next base location. Alright, so this next location is around 46.1 by 51.2, and that's around here on the map. And it's kind of similar to the last location where it's in one of these rock crevices towards the top of a mountain, just a different mountain. And so just like with the last location, because flyers are quite limited on these other Fjordur maps, then people aren't going to be able to just use the usual flyers to get up here and raid it easily. So you could set up your defences and get pretty well built up in one of these holes. And with these spots you can always usually either use a triangle foundation and then pillar down, or a cliff platform. There's normally room for cliff platforms. Yep, plenty of room. And then you could build out here to fill out these gaps if you wanted to, or even just build down from there on pillars to make more floors under here. So you've got quite a lot of room in this crevice. Anyway, let's move over to the next base location. Alright, so this location is around 32.2 by 12.9, and we're around here on the map. Or you'll probably just notice it as the dragon's mouth, or whatever this huge titan creature's skeleton is. So there's a few little crevices around this mouth, so ignore that foundation, that's just my little spawn point for up here. But there's a little crevice here which is quite hard to see. So you can put a couple of foundations here, a couple of little storage boxes right behind here, which is completely out of the line of sight of this up here. So somebody would have to fly right into this corner to actually see. So it could be good as a little starter base or a little temporary like loot base or storage base or something to start off with. So yeah, this area could be good as just a little starter location or just something temporary that you're not going to make permanent anyway, because as soon as someone comes into it, they're going to be able to raid it pretty easily. Unless you really work on defending the whole place and just lining this whole entrance with turrets. But then there's a little crevice down the other side of the mouth here as well, which I got a square foundation. You could put triangle foundations wherever you wanted as well if you wanted to squeeze some here. So again, out of the line of sight, but if someone did just fly and have a little look around here, then they would be able to find it quite easily. And then as an honourable mention as well, there's a little place underneath the head, just up on this ledge. So it's just under there, you can see it quite easily really, there's the little gap under there, and then you've got the little ledge under here. So you've got a little entrance that you can walk through here, and then this ledge which you can put your defences facing off as well. So not very hidden, that one, that's why I didn't really want to put it in the video, but I thought I'd include it with the dragon head ones anyway. So let's head over to the next base location. Alright, so this next location is around 48.3 by 10.3, and we're around here on the map. And it's another one of these mountain holes where you can mainly only build in this one with these triangle foundations on the ceilings, and then you'll have to pillar down. But that's only because it's not quite wide enough to have a regular platform. The cliff platform, I've tried playing around with it, and it doesn't look like you can put it any lower than around here. But this could be quite a good position anyway when you build your base up a bit, because it's level with this little corner bit here. There's still a ramp area that goes up here, So this could be your main sort of roof of your base with all your defences on it, and have turret towers like pointing down this cliff and pointing up there, etc. and then you could have as much over here as you wanted, I guess. And then you'd have all your main base underneath the cliff platform. And then you could build up multiple levels with triangle foundations, build them out on ceilings, pillar down, etc. And you could have quite a sizable base in here. So not the easiest places to get to and build because of the limited flyers on Asgard especially, and some of the other Fjordur maps. But it's a pretty good option if you can get to these locations. So anyway, let's head over to the next base location. Alright, so this next location is around 59.9 by 44.6, and we're around here on the map. And there's two ways in here. There's a sideways entrance there, and then there's a top entrance. And it's up against one of these mountains again, but it's a little bit more hidden, this one. And you could put some more defences down here as well to deter people from going in here if you manage to build your base up enough. So you can't fit a cliff platform, unfortunately, until you end up like going all the way up here. So you'd be stuck to using triangle foundations and then building ceilings out and then pillaring down to be able to build more floors down and up and actually cover this whole area. But still, it's quite tucked away, and because the entrances are a little bit narrower than the other ones, then you could probably get some pretty good coverage on your turrets. And the same as with the other mountain spots as well, because flyers are very limited on these other Fjordur maps, then people are going to have quite a hard time raiding it. So anyway, let's move over to the next base location. Alright, so this next location is around 64.0 by 49.4, and it's around here on the map. And basically, when you come here, you'll find like this rock in the corner, and then when you go through here, there's just a little space in here. And you can actually harvest this rock, and this rock here. And then you've got a nice little bit of room for just a little starter base or a little backup place if you wanted to go and do something and just store something for a little bit. So obviously you can't really expand, there's not much you could put in here. You could probably fit a couple of forges and a smithy and a couple of little storage boxes, but it's going to be really hard to defend, so that's just going to be a little backup base or a little storage or starter area or something like that. Now there's another little hole like this, so let's head over to that one. Alright, so this next location is around 64.3 by 51.0, and that's around here on the map. And it's just by this little rock corner. You'll see this little gap behind here. And similar to the other place, but you've got a little bit more room here. You've got enough room for a few foundations, and you can actually build a reasonable little starter base. But because it's so small and it is quite easy to see when you do actually come over here, then you probably won't want this to be a permanent base. More of a temporary either starter location or possibly even a place to put a fob if you wanted to raid somebody reasonably nearby. So anyway, let's move over to the next base location. Alright, so this next spot is around 60.7 by 48.5, and we're around here on the map. And it's in one of these little rock crevices again, near the ground in the pink area. So you just want to find this rock, and then it's just over the back ridge of it. And it is kind of visible from a couple of little angles, especially when it's out of, render range. So just another little area that should probably only be used as a little starter location or a temporary spot for like a fob or storage of something or other. So probably the least most hidden place so far, so let's move over to the next base location. Alright, so this location is around 68.4 by 5.3, and we're around here on the map, which on Asgard is actually right in the corner of the map. And then these intersecting rock mountains that go into each other. And then just on the other side, there's all this cliff area that you can build on. So you can either use triangle foundations for areas, or there's plenty of room for cliff platforms. And over here, you're nicely tucked in the corner of the map. If they don't see anything here, then they probably won't even think to look over here. So maybe this cliff platform's a little bit high. So unless you go up higher, you are completely invisible for anybody flying past. And the wall intersects with the mountain on this side. So you've got a lot of room to be able to put up different defences and walls and turret towers and anything you wanted. So if you can build here with a cliff platform and then build up your defences, then I think this is one of my favourite locations on Asgard. Alright survivors, well that was 9 hidden base locations on Asgard. Remember, I have separate videos for each of the Fjordur maps as well as other maps and ARK related stuff on my channel. Well, thank you for watching, please like and subscribe to the channel and I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye for now. Peace.